had come to see my first one-day game as captain for India. Not that she went to many cricket matches. First time she led, I came and told her I was absolutely stuttering. I didn't know what to tell to Azhar, what to tell to Sachin, how to play. And imagine somebody at 26, about 50, 60 one-day games, sit in front of a team meeting and ask the great Sachin or an Azharuddin or a Kumble how to play the next morning, how we go about the game, at what stages you would want to bowl or want to bat. So it was a huge experience for me that evening in Kochi. Although we did manage to win the game there, but for me to talk about leadership, it's just out of practical experience. And one thing which I realized, there are a lot of students here, there are a lot of respected people, senior people here. One thing I realized, that the most important thing of a leader, we are here to discuss about expectations from a leader. So the most important thing of a leader, you're a leader of a group. I was a leader of a cricket team. Mr. Kher is a leader of a film. Mr. Pranab Mukherjee has been the leader of the country. So for the most important thing for a leader, which I realized in due course of my career as 6 years captain of India, was trust. The group you work with, the players you work with, or on different aspects, the people you work with, it's important to get their trust, and that solves half the problem. I realized as a captain that when you're captain of India, you have all the power in the world. You get fans, you get people, you get the press running after you, the selectors, the board, everybody just, you say you get it. But it's important at that time to generate the trust of the players. They're young players who walk into the team, they're young people who will walk into your group of work, whichever you're doing, and they look up to you. They come with a lot of ideas, whether I'll be accepted, whether my captain will support me, what happens if I fail. That's a very common problem we have with everyone. Even I have, even the great successful people have had. What happens if I fail? So that's where a leader comes in. It's important to generate the trust of the people, and it's not just by saying in front of him that I'll back you, I'll support you. It's about telling the truth to him. It's about telling him where he stands, because nobody comes with the same ability. Nobody is gifted with the same ability in this world. Some are better, some are good. Everybody is not Sachin Tendulkar, but still 11 players make a cricket team. So it's important that as a leader, you tell the truth to your colleagues. They may not like it, they may feel let down, but at the end of the day, they know that if I go to him, I'll get to know exactly where I stand. And I used to be a part of selection meetings where a lot of things were discussed, and invariably it would go out. That's part and parcel of every aspect of life, whether it's politics, whether it's industry, whether it's sports, whether it's news. There is a leakage everywhere. Everything goes out. So it's important that what you say to your colleagues, you go and do it at the place where it matters. If you think somebody is not good enough, you don't want him to do the job for you, you tell him. And then you go and do exactly the same thing where it matters. So it's from my practical experience. Just wanted to say that whatever you do, you will not be a leader all the time. You will not be at the top all the time. So when you are at the top, generate the trust of the people, because when you are down, everybody will go down. There's nobody in the world who's not gone down. There are no exceptions. That's what's going to stand with you. So you will have a lot of people talking, a lot of things about it, but from my practical experience, I just feel this is what's expected of you young boys and girls. Some will be successful, some will go on to be the number one in your industry, number one sportsman in the world, number one politician in the world, or number one film person in the world. But I think the rule works for everyone. I will leave it to the rest to speak, and because they've seen a lot more, they're senior to me, they're a lot more experienced. But this is one thing which I realized, that trust is more important to generate of a leader. Thank you so much. I'll take questions after we finish. And just wanted to say to all of you that I had to go somewhere because I have an arbitration meeting after this. So I would take my questions now and then, with your permission, leave and go back. Thank you so much. Do I answer it from here? Or?
You can answer it there, because the moment we got to know that Sourav Ganguly is available to take questions, we were inundated with questions, and since he had to leave, we picked 3 questions out of those that we already have. So I think in respect to those that actually came up with questions, which were very interesting, I think it's best that we take those. So is Kranti Ram here? Can we get Kranti Ram to ask the question? Can we get a microphone across to Kranti Ram? Because the last thing I wanted to ask questions on their behalf, so. Hello. Don't worry, we won't let you go, that's coming your way.
Sir, my question is there any place for arrogance or dominating attitude in leadership?
Your arrogance has to be backed up by work. You just cannot be arrogant talking. You have to deliver. Anything in this world you have to deliver. As a player you have to get runs, pick wickets. As an actor you have to give hits, good films for the people to watch. As a politician you have to deliver more for the common people of the country. So arrogance, as long as it's backed by work and it's genuine, is fine, I think, but there has to be a limit to it.
And the dominating attitude?
I think you got to be careful. I don't think you need to dominate in this world to get things done. Everyone is a performer in different aspects. I think it's your work, it's what signals you give to the people around you with your efforts and work, because just by talking and dominating it doesn't last.
Okay, well done. Can we get, is Dripto Bakshi here? Dripto? Can we get a mic across to it, please?
No, sir. My question is that after the Chatal episode, when you were dropped from the Indian team, after that you came back strongly. It was like rising from the ashes. What is the secret to this never say die spirit?
It's just that I wanted to play, and I felt I was good enough. I was 32 then when I got left out, and I'm probably the only captain who got left out after a series win, dropped from captaincy. So I felt I was good enough. I was good enough, as good a player as anybody else in the team. Obviously some were slightly better, but there were 11 players in the team, and I felt that I wanted to play for India. And honestly, I'll be honest, at times at home, my dad, who's an ardent fan of cricket, he still sits and watch every cricket match. I don't know how he does that. He's an ardent fan of cricket. He actually told me, I think it's enough. You've captained India for 6 years, played nearly 400 games for India. What all do you have to achieve? I would be lying if I would have said that I never felt depressed. I did. I felt sad at times, because cricket's what I've done all my life, and that's what you love. It's like, I'm sure you're a student, so it's your studies which you love all your life, and for me it was cricket. So from that point of view, I told him that we'll see how it goes, and I felt that for 10 years I've seen the best. Came in as a player who got runs straight away. It's important in Indian cricket to get runs straight away. Captained India for 6 years, and I'd never seen anything go down. So it was only one-way traffic upstairs. So I decided that if I'm good enough to see that, let's see if I'm good enough to see this. And I came back and played for nearly 2.5 years after that. I became a better person and a better player after that. So I think it's a thing in life which all of you will go through. The higher you go, the more you'll go through. So it's important to have faith in you, and it's important to know yourself that what you want to do. And I'll tell you one thing, that if you work hard in whatever you do, and I'm sure a lot of people tell you that, in whatever you do, whether it's your studies or acting or cricket, if you work hard, you'll be successful. There's no doubt about it. Maybe a bit early, maybe a bit late, but you will be successful.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but Sourav, everyone wants to come back. Why did Sourav come back? There's a lot of people who want to come back.
Why did Sourav come back?
How did Sourav come back? What was the difference? A lot of people who want to come back.
Difference was, I think, that I had a past record which was good. That helps. And also, as I said, whenever you get into a team, you have to deliver. And my first test match went very well, so that changed everything. I did well, India won, so that changed the entire complexion of everything. You get accepted very quickly. And as I said, my past performances record, which was good, and also I'm sure that everyone quietly felt that he had the ability to do so.
Okay, we got one more question only because he has to go. Is Pragya Sur? Are we here? Pragya, somewhere here?
अरे वो जान तो वही प्रकट तो है वो जाने तो So, my question is, among the famous four, you have already retired. So, what do you think would be the fate of the Indian cricket team after the retirement of the rest trio? And do you think the Indian cricket team would follow the same way as the Australian cricket team is going through now?
I hope not. I hope not. That's the question. I'm sure it's on everyone's lips, and we'll wait for this big three to retire. You know, there's no age for retirement. It's about performances. And if you look at them, 2 out of the 3 have done really, really well, and you expect the third one to do well very shortly because he's too gifted and too great a player. So I don't see them retiring very soon, as long as they keep performing. But also the selectors have to remember one thing, that they make sure that they don't finish together. So there will be a lot of void. Look at the Australians. In one series, it was Hayden, Langer, Gilchrist, Vaughan, McGrath. That's too much of a void to fill so quickly. So the selectors also have to be careful to make sure they go one at a time and not all together, so that you get in the replacements and get them ready. And also it's important to get the replacements in a home series, so that they go to an overseas tour with runs and confidence behind it. You saw Cheteshwar Pujara in those 2 test matches in South Africa. He struggled a bit, but it was difficult conditions for him as well. So it's important to make sure that they don't go together and go in phases.
Okay, one last one before you go, since the theme for today is leadership. Was Indian cricket lucky to get 4 very good leaders back to back, 4 or 5 very good leaders back to back, whereas you look at Pakistan cricket just on the corner? I'm not saying it for jingoistic reasons, but they're struggling because there is no leader there. Is getting a leader in Indian cricket, has it been luck or has there been something else behind it? Because you were followed by Rahul, who did a good job, Anil did a very good job, Dhoni is doing a good job. Was it coincidence or was there something else to it?
No, these guys are honest people. That's the most important thing. Dravid, Kumble and Dhoni, they're honest guys. They know how to deal with the players. Obviously they're talented because you can be honest, but if you don't have the gift of playing the game, you will not be successful, because that's what matters. But for most of these guys, they're honest, they're good people, and that's the reason Indian cricket has gone forward.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Sourav Ganguly. Can I now request someone I've enjoyed hearing over the years, I've enjoyed his writing over the years. Can I get the one